This is what's supposed to happen. The knuckle-walking ape is supposed to become the upright walking man. And if that were true, we should find all these creatures in between here that are becoming from apes to men. Now think about, the ape walks on his knuckles, he walks on all fours, he just puts his knuckles on the ground and walks, and he's going to eventually stand up and walk like a man. So perhaps the transition looked like this. Don't laugh, ladies. In fact, here are some of the transitions from the textbooks. Piltdown, Nebraska man, Australopithecus, and Neanderthal. Let me talk about each one of those. You know what the Scopes trial was? 1925, Dayton, Tennessee. Clarence Darrow and William Jennings Bryan came together in the classroom. They disputed over creation or evolution. And in talking about creation or evolution, Darrow used some incredible strategy to, his intent was, and he actually said this, his intent was to show up Christianity in the light of modern science. And there was a vast amount of scientific data that was brought into the Scopes trial and said that this is proof that evolution took place. I want to tell you what that evidence is, because I want to show you why compromise with evolution will never work. That evidence was Nebraska man, Piltdown man, embryonic recapitulation. Those were the three compelling evidences. All three of those are thoroughly discredited today. There's no science behind any of them. Let me talk about Nebraska man. One single tooth found in the state of Nebraska. Put him on the front page of the London Times. This is what Nebraska man looked like. That's how he lived. That's the kind of tools he had. It's the kind of clothes he wore. Now this comes from a single tooth, ladies and gentlemen. A single tooth. And this is as tribal life, what it was like, all found in the Strait of Nebraska. Well, they went back and examined the tooth. They actually found a full skeleton of the creature, and it was an extinct pig. It's a case where a pig made a monkey out of a man. Let's go to the next one. Piltdown. Piltdown is interesting because it was an intentional fraud. It was put together by a man in England. He actually fabricated it, took an ape's jaw, a human skull, colored them, chemically aged them, buried them in the ground, and Charles Dawson found them and presented them to the world as proof of evolution. It was an intentional fraud uncovered in 1953. Let's try another one. One of the things you need to understand about missing links is this. Here's a skull. We took three artists and we said, this skull is an ape, this skull is a man, this skull is a missing link. And they took the same skull and they do these three pictures. The point I want to make simply is that when you don't have soft tissue, you don't know what the creature looked like. In my workshop sometimes, and I didn't do it in the one we did today, I'll take out a human skull and say, what color were this person's eyes? Was this person bald or did this person have hair? What color was this person's skin? You can't tell simply because when you don't have soft tissue, you don't have the creature. You just have the structure on which the tissue